All right, hello, my fellow investors. It's the Intelligent Investor here, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a stock recommendation. Now, before I give you a stock recommendation, just understand that the stock market is always a risk. I do think that this stock is going to blow up in 2021. I have a strong feeling about it. I mean, I've looked at its charts, I've looked at its analysis, at its books and everything, and I like what I'm seeing. And I feel like this stock is honestly undervalued. So, I mean, I think this stock is going to blow up in 2021. I could be wrong. But I honestly think I'm not wrong about this, and I'm going to explain to you right now in a bit. But again, before you invest into the stock, which I do recommend, I highly recommend you investing in the stock, do your research. Know what risk you're getting into because you can lose money, So just know that the stock market is always a risk. No matter what happens, you can lose money. So this stock can either make you a lot of money or it can lose you money. So without further ado, let's start off. All right, so the stock I want to talk about is Diamondback Energy. Now, Diamondback Energy is an oil-based company. It's located in Texas, and I honestly think that this is the stock that's going to blow up in 2021. Now, like a lot of oil companies that came down, I feel like these companies are completely undervalued. Like, honestly, very undervalued. As you see, this past year, it used to be up to like 96, and then it ended up crashing down because of the pandemic. But I mean, there was no reason for it to crash, honestly. So there was just a scarce in the market. People dropped oil stocks, and honestly, I feel like these are going to bounce back. Like, because again, there's no reason for them to drop this much this past year. So I mean, they did have a bad quarter last quarter. They were slightly under, but they recovered, and they've had a pretty decent year. They were still profitable. Now, this stock does pay a dividend. So, I mean, they paid a dividend for the past 3 years. I mean, it's still a fairly newish company, but they are actually one of the top dogs in the industry. But again, like I said, they pay a dividend, 12-cent dividend. I mean, they paid a 12-cent dividend back in 2018. In 2019, they increased it to 18 cents, and now it's at 38 cents. So, I mean, they've been increasingly, rapidly growing their dividends. So, I mean, they're trying to get investors in. I see that, but I mean, they are profitable enough to pay a dividend. Now, this stock, as you see, it's constantly coming down. From yesterday, it was, up here. I bought it at its higher point. It was at 50. It dropped to 48, and I bought into it, and it's been coming down. So, eventually, I feel like it's going to be a good time to buy. I honestly think by the end of next year, it should hit up 90. At least it should hit up 80, but I feel like it's going to hit 90. It should recover, honestly. And I feel like this is just a good time to buy. Honestly, the stock is coming down. I feel like, let's say, if you're going to invest $1,000 in it, invest, $100 right now. If it keeps coming down, invest another 100. If it slightly keeps coming down, invest another 100 until, you keep doing that until you hit the 1,000 mark, That's what I'm doing right now. I'm, buying at a price that I thought was low. It keeps coming down, and I'm going to keep buying. So, it's a good time to buy, like I said. I do have faith in the stock. So, honestly, if it's coming down, if I'm losing money right now, you don't lose money until you sell, like you say, So, if I'm losing money right now, I don't care because I'm looking for the long term. Like I said, I'm looking for the end of next year. So, that's my view for the stock. But I honestly do think it's going to blow up. So, keep an eye on it, guys. Like I said, do your own research first before you jump into it. And make sure you jump into the right times. Because, like I said, there is huge potential. Like, I'm really excited about this stock. So, I'm going to keep averaging down. I'm just going to keep buying and buying until, I feel like I'm in a good spot, and just wait it out till the end of next year. And if you guys jump into it, if you do your own research, buy at the right time and sell at the right time, I feel like you guys are going to make good profits. I honestly do. And hopefully you guys can be thanking me by next year too. So, yeah, but just check it out. Like I said, they're a pretty good company. As you see, they have a good market cap. They're still not like a giant, but, they're doing well for the industry. And the reason the stock fluctuates a lot, like I said before, you see its volume. It averages about 5 million. It's at 420 right now. So, shares get traded at a lower or higher price. So, the less the volume is, the more the stock fluctuates. So, just have that in mind, that this stock can fluctuate because of the low volume. So, just have that in mind, guys. It will fluctuate a lot between now and then. So if you have a weak mindset, if you're like, if you can't see the stock coming down and you panic selling, then don't get into the stock. If you have a strong mentality and being like, I'm going to buy what I'm going to buy, and then I'm just going to wait till next year, and then that's when I'm going to sell. That's when you should invest in the stock, because you're going to have that mentality. Now, I want you guys to actually constantly be paying attention to it. Set up a stop loss. So if it drops more than like 10%, I recommend you guys selling it. Stuff like that. Don't lose too much money, but get into the right time so you guys can actually make a profit. So constantly do your research and pay attention, because that's the only way you're actually gonna make money from the stock. That's pretty much it. If you guys like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you sign up for Webull, you can actually get up to 10 free stocks with my link. So check that out. Robinhood, you can also use the link in the description down below to get a free stock and join Robinhood. Robinhood's a good platform, as well as Webull. Webull's a little bit more complicated, but Robinhood isn't. So if you don't have none of those, then join them. But besides that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.